You guys are tuning in to the game with EA, and today we're going to be doing an album review on the Melodic Blue.
Yeah, Melodic Blue, Baby Keem, 2021,
Kendrick's cousin.
one of my favorite albums of 2021. And, the guy's Kendrick Lamar's cousin. I expected big things going into this record, and I have to say, when I first listened to it, I wasn't disappointed. What about you?
When I first listened to it, I'm like, okay, what the hell is this? Like, I wasn't really used to that Baby Keem voice because it was a different sound. It was unique, it was something.
hmm
I was like, what the hell is this? But then, like, I look back on it now, and it's easily like one of my so far this decade one of my favorite projects. Like, cause like, okay, he starts the album off with like Trademark USA,
I think
right?
it's a pretty
And that's
fire
like
song.
that's such a sick way to start the album. And
hmm
obviously, like he could have started off with Family Ties or Range Brothers, which are also great songs. Or
Kendrick Lamar, yeah, yeah.
there's another song with Kendrick that you don't really notice until you listen to it called Vent, and you
Vent,
just
yeah,
have
yeah.
You have Kendrick saying some stuff in the background too, right? Like those three four songs, like those are just hype. Or like, oh, who is this guy? What is this? Like, oh, he's Kendrick's cousin. Like, damn, like that just blows your mind, and you just you instantly vibe to this. Like this, the Range Brothers and Family Ties are easily like two easily vibable songs that you're just like, oh, what the hell? Hell yeah! Like they're like just they've been probably like the best in terms of hip hop, probably some of the best in the last couple of years in
I'm
terms
gonna
of
be real. I'm gonna be
hip
real
hop.
with you. I'm not a huge fan of Range Brothers. I think it's a pretty decent track, but I think our opinions on this album are pretty split because with this album, my favorite tracks are the more laid back ones. I think Trademark USA is a pretty good intro, but I enjoy tracks like Issues and Lost Souls and Scars and 16. Those tracks I find to be gorgeous. I find them to be like really really beautiful songs. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Issues samples Kanye West 808s and Heartbreak. It's a pretty great sampling.
Honestly, no. I was saying is this guy's like in terms of Kanye, he's like a perfectionist, right? So I'm listening to this album, and it feels like for me, it's more of a cinematic experience. Like this is one of the albums. Like there's not really much of a storyline to it, but it still gives me that sort of cinematic vibe. Like okay, Issues, Lost Souls, and even Scars and even Boom Man. Like okay, First Order of Business isn't like the same like topics as those songs, but it's still pretty laid back. Like I listen to those songs and like I'll be like vibing at 12 a.m. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna throw this on. Like I can relate to 16 and Issues so much, especially.
16 is such a beautiful track. That's probably my favorite track from the album. I listen to that song when I'm happy, when I'm sad, when I'm trying to sleep, when I'm lonely, when I'm in the car. Like, yeah,
The
kind of fits
best
like
part
every
about
single
it,
mood.
the best part about it is so relatable too, right? Like you don't see a lot of people make music like that. That's why, like I personally like this full album. Like sure you can have hype, sure you can have like heartfelt. The chances of that both of those being in an album together are like like those don't typically happen. Like if you get like what you call it, if you get Moneybag Yo is only gonna go aggressive on the album. He's not gonna
Yeah, he's
have
he's
laid back
never
tracks.
made a laid back, heartfelt track. There's no way he's ever gonna do that.
Like Lil Baby, from time to time he will drop the heartfelt track,
Like
but
Close
majority
Friends,
like
I think that's
70,
a pretty
eighty
good
percent
track.
yeah, Close Friends is exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah, yeah.
But like he wouldn't drop that. He wouldn't drop like that the heartfelt
He
track.
wouldn't drop a
So
whole album. He just can't. He just produces music that's kind of just music you play for warm up music
and
for
for
your
like and
basketball.
for Keem to do that is just like, whoa, what the hell? Like that for me, my respect instantly goes up because like my that's like mixing genres in a way. You're mixing moods, you're mixing genres. Like that's talent right there. And like the
Yeah.
production is flawless. Like this
I think the
full album.
production is really good on this album. The only tracks that I think are not that good, I'm not a huge fan of Pink Panties. I think it's kind of a
See,
failed
vibe. I don't know why.
I think
No
it's a
one really vibed
failed
with that.
horny anthem.
No. I like that. I like that. It's interesting because like I don't know, but the Baby Keem, okay, the sad songs are like more a Keem Carter, right? They're more who he is like as a person. And Baby Keem is more this character he's developed, and that's I think that's what he's like going over throughout the full album. He's switching personas. Two Phone Baby Keem is more of a reference to like, yo, one phone I'm Hakeem Carter, other phone I'm Baby Keem. Baby Keem's more this like crazy dude, whereas Hakeem is like more of a chill, laid back dude, like sort of like Kendrick. And he's created two personas throughout the full album. I think
And
that's That's what it
Listen,
is.
listen, bro. Listen. Do you want to know where he got that from? He stole
How,
that from Lil Boat. You hear
Lil
the
Boat
Lil
had
Boat
that?
intro. You listen. Don't you remember? At the end of the tracks, Yachty was like, "This is Lil Boat. This is Lil Yachty. Boat's more aggressive. Yachty's about to get more emotional. I'll show you what I'm saying." You can see he's. It doesn't. Baby Keem doesn't really say Lil Yachty's one of his influences, but if he's playing two personas, I have a good feeling that he bit that off of Lil Boat, and I gotta take.
Kendrick's done the same thing though. Like,
Hmm.
he's got King Kunta, he's got Mr.
Yeah.
Morale, he's got Good Kid. Like, there's different versions of Kendrick too. So I feel like he gets that off a whole bunch of people. Like even Tupac. Remember Tupac went over this whole other alias and like he just dropped an album where he just dissed everyone. Like
He was on
everyone,
top
right?
of his. He was on top though. Like you can't argue.
Oh yeah, he was on top. But
On the
like,
West, yeah, yeah.
having like two names, two personas like that, that's interesting.
Well,
Like
even these
cool.
guys like MF Doom and Madlib, they have two personas, but as artists, MF Doom's producer name is Metal Fingers, and Quaz's rapping persona is Quaz, Lord Quaz, Quasimodo. I love the unseen.
Nah, I agree. Honestly, I agree too. Yeah, but going back to the Melodic Blue, two tracks I didn't really touch base on were Coca and
Coco.
Durag Activity. Durag
Do you-
Activity was nice. People just liked
it's
it because of
okay.
Travis.
It's okay.
That's
I
probably my
think
least
least
favorite on
favorite.
the album. Yeah,
Do Rag
but
Activity is your least favorite? My least favorite track is probably South Africa. I don't like the pianos on it. I think they
I like
sound
it.
kind of. I think
Even
they
like that,
sound kind of
even those
goofy.
funky sounds. No, but those funky
It's
sounds
all
is
right.
what like I don't know.
Okay.
Like I kind of vibe with that because sure he's perfectionist on majority of the album, but he still has those like little beats of like, yo, what the hell is this? Like it sounds bad at first, and then like nah, I kind of vibe with that. I wanna listen to that more. But Coca, I love that song. I don't know why I love that song. I vibe with that song every time. I can't believe I forgot to mention that. Like Scapegoats is another song that's untalked about. Like Scapegoats is pretty mid, but it's still like great
It's like a
considering like the
1 minute
full.
track. It's like a 1 minute
Yeah,
track.
but like the full album, honestly, like we've surprisingly went through like what all 15, 16 songs just like
Yeah.
that.
I
Like
think, in my opinion, the best tracks on this thing would be Trademark USA, Issues, Lost Souls, Family Ties, Durag Activity, Vent, and 16. I'd say I'd probably give it like I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It's one of my favorite records of 2021. Like although that score may seem kind of low, I rank albums like pretty tough. Where only the absolute perfect albums get a 10 out of 10. I only think 3 albums in existence are 10 out of 10s. Like I critique albums pretty hard, so a 7 out of 10 is really good.
for me, I'm gonna go 8.5. For me, it's about the replay value, the production, the lyrics, and like how much I can relate to it. Like if it's still with me 2, 3 years later, then yeah, it's closer to a 9. Like something like that. Like or I can say yo, over 80% of this track list is still what I'm listening to today. Like I can still listen to it and like have no problem, no skips. Right, that's another influencer.
What are
Then
your
like
favorite
that's gonna make
tracks?
for me
Yeah,
issues 16. Family Ties, top threes, right there.
those
Like
are your
off the
top
bat,
three.
top three.
Yeah, yeah, I
It
could argue
after
with that.
that, it gets hard to decide like what's over what. Like remember, he dropped a deluxe with Lost Souls with Brent Fayez. Like
I do
that
like that
slaps.
version more. I do like that version more. And we didn't do a review on the deluxe version. I really like the track Bank Account, the closer to that deluxe version with Uzi. Highway's good. And what's that other track I liked? Oh, I'm trying to think. It's another track with Don Tolliver. Kill Streaks. Kill Streaks. There you
Streaks.
go.
Yo, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I really
Or
like
even
that
yo,
track.
Hooligan. Hooligan was another song I forgot to mention.
Like dun 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 touch me
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hard to catch me. I think that's pretty good.
I think I agree too. But we're running out of time here, so thank you all for tuning in to the game with EA.
We'll
Again,
see you
I
next
gave it an
time.
8.5 out of 10.
I'd give it a 7.
And those are our opinions on this album. Overall, great
Those are our
album.
thoughts on the album. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.